Hello, 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 folks. This is your humble servant again, your own brother and a friend, reporting from the heart of America for the Borderless channel. Please like our uploads, share them, and then let us continue the conversation. As we all growing in knowledge, folks, and a lot of awakening is coming on to our people. We want to take certain words that we do not understand and look at them and then give a good meaning and definition to these words. I'm going to be dealing with three words. First is the colonial master, global village, and developmental partners. First, let me go with colonial master. The first time I heard this word from most of our leaders was when I was in Nigeria, when Shehu Shagari, that's a long time ago, folks, that's a long time ago, used this word. And it kind of worked on me, and I feel like, no, Shehu Shagari shouldn't use this word. And as if that is the first time I heard it, a second time, most of our leaders use this word, and our journalists use this word, colonial master. So I was like, I learned a trade from a master, okay, and I began doing my trade, which is tiling and terrazzo. We don't do it no more, and that business took me from Ghana to Nigeria, and I make a good money out of it, and be able to travel. And the Nigerian person that I was working with find my the artistry of my job very interesting, and then he could hand over jobs to me without even coming to the site, because he believed that I'm gonna take good care of the job because I know what I was doing. Okay, so my definition for master is a person. I was so young and this didn't hit me. My definition for a master is a person who trained you or who trained you and then expect you to do better than him. Okay, so that maybe one day, if he's not there, you could perform better. Let's say, for example, the person who trained you one day fell sick and called you and say, hey, Chuku or Olu or Kofi, come to the house and come and take a key because I'm not feeling very well today. And you went to your trainer or your master, took a key, opened the shop, and he asked you to perform A, B, and C. And then 2 days later, he felt good and he came to the workshop and he could not believe what you have done with the directives that he gave you. You performed beyond his expectation. So he asked you, how do you do it? So you, boss or master, you trained me and you trained me good. And then so I just use my little generational knowledge to add to it, So he's blown away and, could not believe that he had given you so much knowledge and you are able to add more to it. In the question of colonial masters, which I call colonial criminals, that is the relationship we built with the European when he was in Africa. He came to train us. He made us to think that he was a master, but when he left, we could not do anything that he trained us to do. He went back home, was able to perform miracles with the money that he stole from us, with the resources that he could do. Whatever he could do, we could not do it. Okay? And our people could not see that this man was not here in Africa to be a master of anything. He didn't train you to replace him and do better than him. He all the time want to be ahead of you. That is not a relationship between a master and a trainee. You see, that's not a relationship between a master and a trainee. Relationship between a master and a trainee is the willingness of the master to really pour out himself into you. So that tomorrow, when he is not there, you could do better and keep his legacy on. What we keep in Africa is not a legacy of anything. The white man did not leave any legacy in Africa except his language. He didn't leave any legacy. Look at Africa. Despite the fact that leaders are misbehaving, stealing money, those are cultures he put into them. He is the one who went back to Europe and received money from these people. When they come with millions of dollars to put in his bank in Switzerland, he don't ask them any question. That is not a good master. But we continue to call these colonial criminals colonial masters. Okay, now let's move on to global village. What is global about this village? I thought back in the days when they say somebody come from village, it's a shameful thing. It's a negative thing. Everybody want to be in a city. Lagos, Accra, Lomé, Banjul, Abidjan, Johannesburg. When do village become sexy? When somebody want to come and tell you that we all living in global village now. So that if I could bring $10,000 of my money, if I could bring 14 million of my CFA or euro, I could come and dominate your economy and do better than you because you don't have that money, So it's a global village. Then you when they bring this global village to you, you have to say, okay, wait a minute. Let me evaluate this global village and I'll get back to you. Then you call him and say, okay, if it's a global village, you can come and invest your $100,000, which is a lot of money in my currency, and dominate the market. Can I also bring my 100,000 of my money into your economy? Can he do the same? If he cannot do the same, I have to tell you, keep your village, I keep my village. Until we are then we can have a global village. But they brought a global village from the north, forced it on our people, and guess what? All our journalists, everybody, global village, global village, global village, global village. What is global about this village? Then come the next terminology. Development partners. Development partners. I think if me and you become a partner and we are making good business and making good profit, if I'm not a whorish, a chaser of a shower and making using my profit for weed and crack cocaine and drugs and alcohol. If you got Mercedes, I'm supposed to get Mercedes, right? If you got Toyota Corolla, I'm supposed to get Toyota Corolla, right? Because we're sharing the same profit. Profit is coming, we partner, money is coming, we're selling, we have a product, we have a market for our product, we partner 50-50, even if it's 60-40. Whatever building you have, I'm supposed to have a nice building, If you have a wife and children and they go to good school, I'm supposed to do the same thing, right? That is a partner, because we have good market, we have a good product, we partners, we 50-50, we 60-40. So, I shouldn't be lagging behind you when you are doing very well, if I'm not a whorish womanizer, a drug addict, an alcoholic, I'm supposed to do better, just as you're doing. That is what you call partner. I shouldn't be looking like I am the janitor in this partnership. But what we have between the European and Africa is one is a janitor, a cleaner of the office space, and one is the owner of the production and the office space. That is the development partner we are talking about and shouting with. Our developmental partner. Partner in what? Maybe crime, cause when we steal money again and take it to offshore, which the international banksters are running, they don't ask a question where this money is coming from. So maybe that's the partnership we have, a common partnership that we have. What is the next line? Commonwealth. Commonwealth is another lie. Guess what? We belong to the common. What is common about this wealth? When the Queen of England has a stack of gold that she can come once in a while, taller than her, once in a while, and inspect and feel good about herself. Now that wealth is for Charles. Okay? What is commonwealth about that? What kind of wealth are we sharing? What is common about the wealth? Where the gold is in Ghana and Johannesburg and Mali and Burkina Faso and other places, Nigeria has gold. They don't talk about it. But we cannot show 1 bar of gold for the state. But England can show a warehouse of stack of gold on pallets, taller than the Queen, in line upon line. Is that the commonwealth? That we go every year, we go and lie to ourselves that we belong to a commonwealth. You see, these are the lingos that get us into trouble. You see, they make us believe that we are part of something, but we are not part of shit. We're part of nothing. You see, it keeps us going, hoping upon hope, and we ain't moving nowhere because of all this terminology. Okay, what is common about this world? And what is global about this village? And what is a developmental partner? What is in the partnership? And who the hell is a colonial master? A criminal? Colonial criminal? Let's look at the records. Folks, look at the record. Look at the record. What are your artifacts? Why are those artifacts supposed to be in the Belgium Museum, Hamburg, and a French museum, in American museum? Why can't our people have a place to go and look at the first clothes that we wear, we weaved 300 years ago? All the artifacts, they told you they are evil. If they're evil, keep it with us. Why do you have to come and collect something that is evil and put it in $1 billion museum with air condition, with all kind of gadgets to maintain the environment, and put guards, pay millions of dollars in budget to keep it where you keeping them? Every 20 years you change the museum, you upgrade the museum with millions of dollars, because that's how much money you're making on something that you collected from us and told us that is evil. If it's evil, why are you keeping it? These are the things that you came and do. Did you ask a permission before you collected all those things from our people? Is it not a crime? So if that's what you came and do as a colonial person, why do you ask us to call you a colonial master when you came and commit a crime? But our leaders are the one keeping this foolishness going into the minds of new children, new people, new generation who have nothing to do with colonialism. They never experienced it. They never saw it. They were born in so-called independent nation. But still, we keep reminding them that some people somewhere, far away, thousands of miles away, once came to over here and lorded over us and not commit no crime. Our president go over them and praise them for the church that they came and built. Our president go over there in Switzerland and praise them of the school, the Basel Mission. The Basel Mission committed a lot of crime. So when you had an opportunity to go to Switzerland, you got to tell them the crime that they created. You don't have to come back before telling them how much they committed a crime. They have to pay compensation. But you were in their parliament. You say you are privileged to be in their parliament. That they helped with a school. You are privileged to go to one of their schools. You praised everything that they came and built in your country as a Basel Mission from Switzerland. When you were in their parliament, you praising them. They know you crazy. They know the education that they gave us didn't take us anywhere. They know when they came to our country, they committed crime and stole a lot of shit. When you were in there before them, you should have given them the heat. You didn't give them it. You give them all the praises about how they educated us. And they're looking at you saying, we educated you? If we educated you, you shouldn't have turned out this way. We should not be making billions of dollars in cocoa products where you have nothing to show for it. And you have the privilege to be before them. Tell them that you're stepping on me so that they remove their feet off your foot. You didn't do that. But on a different location before black Americans, you're telling them how they have to come, pandering to black Americans. How they have to come and pay retribution, reparation. You are far away from them, but telling different constituencies what they want to hear. But when you were before the perpetrators of this crime, you praised them about their education system, and they were looking at you like a fool. We didn't educate you well. You praised them for their religion that they brought to us through the Basel mission. And they know they fuck us up with that garbage called religion. They know they fuck us up. They know they fucked us up. When they came to replace our tradition, our values, they know they messed us up. You were there before them, telling them how everything was good. But before different constituents, black Americans, you're pandering to them. How we have to go after the same people that you are praising to go and collect reparation from them. How bad they were. Double standard. When you are before them, it's all good. When we are behind them, we talk about them. We got to take the fire to them. We got to be a man enough and take the fire to them. Another thing is cash crop. Cash crop. Cocoa is a cash crop. Coffee is a cash crop. Tea is cash crop. And then we utilize a lot of land to plant this cash crop, not for our consumption. The trick is that those are cash crop. A beautiful terminology, cash crop. We wasted time to tender to distance and send it out instead of growing corn, instead of growing things that we're supposed to eat, instead of cultivating rice. So we have 700 billion cocoa and allied products industry, 700 billion. How much come to Ghana and other countries in Africa? 3 billion. Then we use 6 billion to import corn from America. To Americans, their corn is cash crop. You see? The corn that we could grow locally, we don't call it cash crop because we don't use money to buy the corn. What do we use to buy corn? Is it not cash? So why can't it be cash crop? Why can't corn, local grown corn, be a cash crop? Do we go to the market and dance and get it from the traders? We exchange it with cash. But we don't grow that in abundance as we grow cocoa and coffee and tea. Because those are cash crop. Then we turn around and we make little money on it annually, while other people are making hundreds of billions of dollars in the same thing. To them it's cash crop. Then we have to find money to import rice from America, from other countries. When America is exporting you that rice and corn, do you know how they call it? When you refuse to call your corn cash crop and don't grow more of it, the Americans call their corn cash crop. Cash crop, yo. They call their rice cash crop. So, is it not about time that we stop exporting cash crop, cocoa? Take all the cocoa and the coffee down. And you know what? In the 30 million space, 200 million Nigerians grow the real cash crop, which is corn. What are we going to eat? Or whatever we're going to eat, we're going to buy it with money. We're not going to dance and get it from the women and the traders and the farmers. We're going to use cash to exchange for that corn so that the corn seller can get money to build his own house or her own house. Okay, If we cannot get the money, let's print the money. America prints her dollar and paid the rice farmers and pay the corn growers and call the rice cash crop and export it to African market and get billions out of it. Print your own money and plant your own food that you're going to eat and pay the farmers with what you print. If you can be honest with the printing, upstanding with the printing, we can pay our farmers and buy corn and call corn cash crop, and buy beans and call beans cash crop, and plant, cultivate rice in a large scale, because we consume it in a large scale, and call rice the cash crop. Within the country, within Africa, we can print our own money and trade with our own planters and our own traders, and we can all grow. Forget about cocoa. We don't eat too much cocoa product. So those who believe in cocoa and making 700 billion out of it and refuse that it's not going to trickle down to our cocoa growers, forget about them. Kill the cocoa farms. Kill the coffee farm. If they're not going to pay good money for it, forget it. Let's grow what we're going to eat. What we're going to eat, we use cash to buy it. So they could be the next cash crop. Corn in Ghana can be the next cash crop. Rice in Nigeria could be the next cash crop. Beans in a large quantity could be the next cash crop. Yam, plantain, cassava, okay, sweet potato in a large scale. The population is growing. We need more food in Africa. So those things can be a big cash crop for farmers and the people who go into the interior to bring the food to us, and it will be affordable. Print our own money, pay our own farmers. They use the same money to buy cement, buy things that they need, buy motorbike, and buy tractors with it. You see, we've been tricked with all this terminology: cash crop, colonial master, commonwealth, global village. And the list go on. The terminologies, none of them came from us. None of these terminologies came out from it. And when they bring it, we don't sit down and look into it. What kind of terminology is now you bring in? Let's look at it, whether it fit us before we started, walking with it, running with it. Our journalists went to all the best schools, but they are dumb over here. They are the one who propagate these words. Other than that, we don't know about them. When the policymakers bring these things from United Nations subcommittees or AU subcommittees or some UNICEF bullshit, the journalists are the one who made these words, available to us. And if you ask them what are the meaning of global village, they can't even explain it to you. What is the meaning of global village? What is the meaning of development partner? When the other partner have electricity, and you don't have electricity. The other partner has a flushing toilet. You don't have. What kind of partnership is that? What kind of a partnership is that? Folks, the conversation continues. We need to liberate our mind. We need to take all these words and debate them in the schools, in everywhere, in churches. Please, pastors, the time is up. Let's get away from the Bible a little bit. We're all going to die. We're all going to go heaven one way or the other. Let's discuss these things, because these terminologies are messing up our brain. We don't understand. You see, investor. European is an investor, and a black man can be investor. Aid. You see, they don't take us anywhere, and we're scared that when we say something, the aid will not come. The aid is your own money. That France is stealing, that England is stealing from us, and then they turn around and give you the same. What can you do with aid? Aid, financial aid. What can you do with financial aid? How can your partner giving you aid? No, your partner is not supposed to be giving. If I'm a partnership with you in a business and everything is going on, why should I have to be borrowing money from you? Why do I have to come by borrowing money from you? Unless I'm an alcoholic a serious womanizer, a drug addict, a crackhead, and up to no good square person. Let the conversation continue. Please share. Let's grow our channel. Like it, and let the conversation continue. Egbezanyi.